What's up guys, this is Penguin Tech here. Today I'm going to bring you another video. This is the part 1 video of where I will be building my budget video editing PC here. So this video will show you the parts that I'll be using. Subscribe if you want to check out how I built my first budget video rendering PC. So let's go over to the parts here. Let's go to the processor here. So the processor I chose is the Ryzen 2700X here, which has a clock of 3.7 GHz and max boost clock of 4.3 and 8 cores 16 threads, which is very good enough for heavy video rendering. And it has a 16 megabytes of cache here. So this processor is currently at around 800 something ringgit, and it's very cheap now. So with 8 processors and 16 threads, it will be able to handle heavy video rendering very well. So coupled with the processor, we'll be using a pair of HyperX RGB Predator 8GB x 2 kit, and it's clocked at 3200 MHz here. So we're hoping that this one can be overclocked up to 3466 MHz or even more. And it comes with RGB, very nice heatsink as well, and it's actually quite short. So next up is our SSD here, which is Adata XPG SX6000 Pro M.2 2280 PCIe Gen 3 X4 SSD here. This is a 512GB size, and the read speed is 21,000 megabytes with the write speed of up to 1,500 megabytes, which is fast enough to load your heavy apps such as Adobe Premiere Pro. And this SSD uses 3D NAND and NVMe 1.3 SLC caching HMB, and includes a DIY heatsink here. You can check out my unboxing video down in my video description. And we have a 1 TB WD blue hard drive here, which has a 64 MB cache here, and it is a 3.5 inch hard drive. We are on the budget, so we're going with one single hard disk at the moment. If we need extra space, we'll add on more hard disk. Next up is our GPU here. So we went for a budget one, which is the Zotac Mini GTX1050Ti 4GB, which is fast enough for normal video rendering, because we are not going for super heavy one. Since we are using Adobe Premiere Pro, we don't rely much on the GPU power, but in fact we need a GPU because 2700X, the Ryzen 2700X, does not have an iGPU, so we'll need a GPU for an output, and this is a very good budget one for video rendering, and it has a okay gaming performance, but gaming is not our priority here, so this will do. Next up, we have our motherboard here, which is the Asus TUF Gaming here, B450M Plus gaming motherboard. This will be coupled with our 2700X, and we're hoping that we can utilize the SenseMind technology by AMD so that we can load things faster here. So here is the motherboard itself. It is a MATX size here, so it's not the full ATX size, and it supports 4 RAM, 3 PCIe slot, and it actually has a HDMI port behind, a USB 3.1 Gen 2, and a USB-C here. We're hoping the VRM is robust enough for a decent overclock on our 2700X. And now we have a cheap USB wireless adapter here so that we can connect to our Wi-Fi to install all of the necessary drivers here. This is the Tenda model W311MA, which supports up to 150 megabytes, which is good enough and comes with 3 years warranty. I think this is just a temporary solution before we go for the Ethernet cable. Next up, we have the cooler here, which is the stock cooler by AMD. This is the Rough Prison here, and if you want to check out the unboxing experience, I have my video link down in the video description. And we are hoping that this supports decent overclock from our processor here, so that we can extract more performance. And this has RGB on the ring and the fan itself. So we're hoping that our PC becomes more colorful. And here we have our power supply here. This is a Seasonic S12 version 2 with 620 watts of support. It's very heavy, comes with a silent fan. I think this is a 14 cm fan here, but it does not come with a silent fan feature. As you can see, this is not a modular power supply, so we have a lot of cable tangled around. It has a lot of SATA cables here, more or less as well. All the required pins we have in it. And we actually didn't need this much power of 620 watts, but for future upgrades, maybe this will come into handy when we add on more hard disks or even a better GPU or sorts. And Seasonic is a very good brand. This is actually a bronze rated power supply, so I think it is a tier 4 power supply, which is quite okay, I guess. But in the future, if we need, we may be able to upgrade it to a better PSU, but this will do just well enough. And last but not least, we have our case here, which I've recently did the review. You can check out my video description below. This is the TechWare Quad Mini case here with 3 sides of transparent panel, which is left, right, and then the top. It comes with a 200mm fan, intake fan, and a 120 exhaust fan. It supports up to MATX board, which is why we chose our Asus TUF B450M just now. And it can take in 2 SSD, 2.5 inch one, and 2 3.5 inch SSD. It's actually quite a unique case because it separates into 2 chambers, top and bottom, where the PSU goes into bottom and underneath the motherboard laying horizontally, so that you can see your motherboard or even your RGB from all 3 sides of the case. So as you can see, this is a used case based on my video last time, and as you can see, the USB 3.0 is missing. So to compensate that, we have this cable here, which has 2 3.0 heads here connected to one single USB 3.0. So we're going to plug this into our motherboard and extend and added two more 3.0 USB slot at the back of using our PSU bracket. So that's about it, guys. These are all the parts I'm using. So for the whole set, everything is used except for the SSD, which I bought for around 270 during sales on Lazada. 270 ringgit. Total cost is just below 2500 ringgit here, which is very good value here. Stay tuned for my building video. Subscribe and like my video if you find this interesting, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.